All right, and I'm going to be talking about this video is going to be about calcium for the bones. Um, and first of all, I'm gonna definitely read an excerpt from a very good website that I go to sometimes and read about calcium, and this is just some of the fact about calcium. It says, what about calcium? Do I need dairy for strong bones? No, you do not need dairy. You do not need animal dairy for calcium or anything. This idea is perpetrated by an extremely aggressive advertising program paid for by the dairy industry that is not based on good science. It is a money-making scheme. Milk contains animal protein and thus contributes to the host of illnesses listed above. Um, Studies have shown that people in countries that consume milk routinely tend to have weaker bones than those countries that avoid milk. Osteoporosis has been correlated to an excess of protein in the diet along with sedentary living. Milk does not slow the process of osteoporosis that commonly occurs in older women. Pasteurized processed dairy, in my opinion, is a toxic food group. It doesn't excuse me, it doesn't help that it's basically all saturated fat and cholesterol. Dairy also contains antibiotics, hormones, pesticides, steroids, chemicals, and even perchlorate. That is a scientific word for rocket fuel. um, uh, Dioxin as well. One of the most toxic substances in the world is often found in dairy products. And how about the blood cells and pus that come in it? Two come in it too. From the far overgrown mutated udders that are hooked up to painful metal metal machines all day to keep up with the demand, so that they blister and bleed. Not so appetizing. They're talking about the cows and the bulls that go through this type of torture, so that we as humans can have these dairy products, i.e. cheese, yogurt, eggs, not eggs. I'm sorry, yogurt, milk, and things like that. On the other hand, a reliable source of minerals, manganese, chromium, selenium, magnesium can be found in fruits and vegetables and in higher quantity and better quality. Fresh fruits and veggies are also high in boron, which helps lessen the loss of calcium through urine. While animal protein increases the loss of calcium through urine, plant-based foods are abundant in first-hand calcium that is more easily absorbed by the body. This includes, but is not limited to, quinoa, molasses, green leafy vegetables such as kale, collards, and any kind of greens, really. Broccoli, soy products, grapefruits, chickpeas, fortified grains and cereals, red beans, seeds, raw nuts, etc. Now definitely, that article is a really pretty good, detailed, and really good article on talking about on my take and my agreement of how the meat and the dairy industry has definitely put a lot of stuff out there about people that you say you need dairy for strong bones, you need dairy for vitamin B12, you need dairy for calcium and all this. And actually, with the calcium part, it's been studies, and on the China study, which is definitely a book that you should read, Dr. Esselstyn, China Study, definitely a good book, talking about the thing with dairy, that it actually leaches out calcium out of the bone. So as you eat more dairy products, i.e. Cheese, milk, and ice cream, and all that, you're leaching calcium out of your bones, out of your your bones in your legs, your arms. So you're actually decalcifying or making your bones more brittle over time, which can cause osteoporosis or cause osteomalacia, or all these different bone diseases that happens over time from having bone degeneration. And like I said, the good sources of calcium definitely is going to be any green leafy vegetable, especially kale and spinach. You can do your red beans, your any kind of beans, any kind of legumes, your lentils, your chickpeas. Definitely going to be calcium in a lot of different grains like rice and quinoa. Some cereals, they have. I would suggest to get low sodium, low sugar, more so natural sugar cereals if you're going to eat the fortified cereals. And even orange juice, it has a lot of some orange juice, some natural orange juices are fortified with calcium in it. It has calcium naturally anyway, so that's not a problem. But also with the calcium, you're getting vitamin C, 100% vitamin C. with that. Sometimes 120, 130% vitamin C with a lot of citrus and grapefruits, pomelos, different, just all kinds of citrus that you can get a lot of the sufficient vitamin C and calcium from at the same time. Some other see, broccoli, yes, grapefruits, I already said the cereals, seeds, raw nuts. Definitely nuts and seeds have a lot of. That's another source of the protein. You know, relating to the other video I did on the protein. Definitely, you know, you can get a lot of your quality. Definitely get a lot of your quality protein from these sources as well. From the nuts and seeds, hemp seeds, Brazil nuts, sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds. You know, a lot of these nuts and seeds, raw nuts and seeds. And before you consume any nuts and seeds, whether you're doing it for protein or for the calcium aspect, I would definitely say to soak them. Definitely, because you know they have enzyme inhibitors that are released when you consume them, and when they're released into your body, you're going through your digestion process. These these type of process that your digestion is going through is releasing a lot of chemicals naturally anyway. And as these enzymes get released into your GI tract as you're going through the digestion process, there's a lot of gas and chemicals and things like that that can kind of hinder your digestion process. You know, as far as not being able to digest so easy, and you might go through some things like complications such as diarrhea, some other things like that. Your stomach might you might have some stomach pains, you might have ulcers. Over time, I mean, I'm not saying that don't eat nuts and seeds because those things can happen. I'm just giving examples of things can happen over time if you eat too many nuts and seeds that are not soaked overnight. Especially if you're eating them roasted and salted. I mean, that's going to cause problems anyway. So that's just going to cause a whole host of problems that you don't want to go through, which is not good. So definitely with the calcium, stay away from dairy. I mean, I would not get my calcium source from dairy. I would, like I said, you can do the leafy greens, which also kale and spinach has a lot of vitamin A and vitamin A, calcium, and vitamin E as well. They're very high, and a lot of those vitamins are very high in calcium. Very high. Spinach is very high in iron. You can't get iron. You can't get a quality source of iron from meat. That's a fact. You have to, the quality, unless you take a multivitamin or something, you can get quality. I mean, that's not even a living source. That's been a manufactured into a capsule source. That's and that's why I say some people, they don't even want to do multivitamin. It's not sufficient enough for them. They want to have real live foods, good quality foods for their mineral and vitamin sources. So definitely quinoa, leafy green vegetables, spinach, kale, nuts and seeds, citrus, grapefruits, oranges. These are definitely good sources of calcium, good quality sources of calcium. And with the leafy green vegetables, you definitely get put them in a salad. Make you a dressing with them, or with the grains, if you want to, with the quinoa and all that, if you want to steam that, or just soak that overnight and sprout it for a couple of days, and it'll be sprouted, and you can put that on salad raw and eat that instead of cooking it, because of course when you cook your foods, this is overall, when you cook your foods, you're lowering the nutrient content of them anyway. So that's why I don't really eat. I mean, like I said, lately I haven't been eating any cooked foods. I've been eating mostly just fresh fruits, vegetables, just raw. What I'm saying, I'll have like after I make these few videos, I'll try to get all the videos done. If I don't get all of them done today, I'm definitely gonna earlier for lunch I had a banana smoothie, about 5 or 6 bananas, and then after this I'm gonna have for lunch. Before I go on to the other part of my day, I'm gonna have either half a watermelon, or I might try to eat the whole watermelon, but I might just have half of it for most of my lunch. And then for dinner, I don't really know yet what I'm gonna have. It just kind of depends on how I feel. So you definitely want to eat as much raw fruits and vegetables as you can, plant foods as you can. But yeah, definitely with the spinach and kale, you can just put them in a smoothie easily, or you can make a salad with them, and that's your good sufficient of calcium right there. Good quality, live, living source of calcium. You don't have to worry about it causing and releasing all these toxins in your body like the dairy calcium does, and definitely with B12, B6, the B vitamins, you definitely can, like I said, you could, if you want to get them from a multivitamin, good food source, quality multivitamin, I would definitely suggest that. Better way more than go to than dairy for that. So with these facts about about where to get your calcium for bones, and what to take and what not to take, and stay with the plant side of the calcium sources, I hope this helps. I'm gonna move on to the next video, and please like, share, subscribe, and if you have any comments, put them in the comment section below this video. Send me a message if you have any questions.